All right, let's see what St. V will do here.
I don't see Darian Lewis on the field. That's a positive for North Canton. Still, though, Lindsay wants to throw, wants to go deep. Ball up in the air. No flag thrown. Drew Johnson running there with Sampson, the fullback. Crowd from the Rubber City of Akron tends to agree with your assessment, Elmer.
He got clubbed pretty good.
So second down.
Let me see.
Lewis, bottom of your screen, but a timeout taken again. Third and final of the half by Coach Bobby Nickel in his second year at St. V. After the game, a reminder brought to you by the Altman Health Foundation. We will name a player of the game. Right now, I was hoping we were going to talk about somebody from Hoover, but I don't know who we talk about from St. V, maybe other than Darian Lewis.
Darian Lewis looks good. There's no question about that.
And he has been problematic for Hoover on just about every account possible. Lewis so far, 2 catches for 88 yards and 1 run for 11 yards and a score.
That's not a bad average.
No, not at all.
44 yards a catch and 11 yards a run.
It's good math. That's Darian Lewis in motion. Toss, Limburger. Limburger.
Oh, he runs hard.
He just runs downhill.
People bounce.
Watch at the end.
Yeah, this guy bounces off him. Boing!
Drew Robinson eventually wraps him up. 3rd and 4, though. Big third down play here. St. V will punt the ball. They won't go for this, I know that much, unless it's like a 4th and inches case. Lindsay to throw. Lindsay trying to step up. Brought down in the backfield. Drew Logan.
Number 4, Drew Logan.
Nominee for the rock solid play of the game, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. The 3rd sack of the year for the sophomore defensive specialist. Good bloodlines in the Logan family.
Yeah, there's a few of them. They were pretty decent players.
Jeff, Andy,
and Judd.
That's right. Elliot Torno back deep to field this punt. And it's not a good one. And it takes a Hoover bounce. And Hoover's defense stands up tall, and now their offense is going to have to do the same thing. We'll get that Hoover offensive possession right after this.
Skeppers likes to keep an eye on her neighborhood, like MCTV watches out for our neighbors to make sure everything runs smoothly for our customers. From our technicians in the field to our engineering experts behind the scenes, we use top technology to keep your internet, TV, and phone connected. Plus, expert local technical support and friendly people to greet you. Everything in the neighborhood, the way it should be. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
Life's all about delivery. Whether it's delivery of your favorite pizza, how you deliver a great punchline, like, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
Bo Drizzle.
Or how your credit union delivers excellent service every time. Well, yes, that's exactly what I mean. At CSC Federal Credit Union, we do deliver the same great banking as the other guys. And the icing on the cupcake is we're not some out-of-town bank. We're local and in the Stark County community.
Bank local at CSC.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Back here at North Canton, 5-3 Hoover playing host to 6-2 St. V. Ashby to throw. Connor goes towards the end zone. Miscommunication there. Intended it for Johnson.
He broke it off, and Ashby went deep.
He just throws such a nice ball, though, Elmer. I mean, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good one.
We've
talked about, is he the best quarterback in Stark County this year?
It's a good debate. Yeah. Here's Adam Grigualo, and Grigualo with not a whole heck of a lot on second down. Back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a generous one. But that's a lot of generosity from the Zebras if that's the case. Third down, 9.
Again, this is nothing for this kid.
It wasn't earlier. Ashby to throw. There's Drew Johnson. Johnson should have the first down. And he does, I believe. Yeah. Didn't see the signal of a chain move there.
But it's another first down, Vikings!
3rd and 9 is nothing to him.
That's money time, isn't it?
Yeah, he has been. He'd be batting 100% if one guy didn't drop it on 3rd down.
Henny all alone, top of your screen. And Grigualo gets the ball. Adam Grigualo brought down on the play. Evan Pelfrey, the middle linebacker. It's a St. Vincent St. Mary defense that's a plus 13 in the turnover margin. Now plus 14. Recovered 9 fumbles this year, and they have 10 interceptions as a defense. 2nd and 7. Grigualo.
Oh, that's a nice throw.
Quick pass, caught by Trent Graham. Graham still running, moving that pile. Down to the 10-yard line.
Do you realize how good that pass just was? He hit that kid in perfect stride.
I think I'm going to see on the screen here in a moment. Yeah, that's a pretty good pass.
Perfect pass.
That's a pretty darn good pass.
Down low, the guy he doesn't have to reach up. And hit him in perfect stride.
First and goal at the 10 now.
That's not an easy pass.
Ashby steps up. Ashby brought down. Evan Pelfrey. First sack of the year.
Connor Ashby on the keeper, brought down by number 58, David Hooks. 2nd down and goal.
David Hooks also there to help out. It's really Pelfrey that bottomed down, though. 2nd and goal at the 11. Hoover has all 3 of their timeouts remaining in this half. St. V has none.
What is it?
2nd and goal at the 11. Ashby wants to throw. Ashby, Graham behind him.
Ashby pass intended for number 3, Trent Graham. Falls incomplete, brings up 3rd and goal.
Had to throw where it wouldn't get picked up.
He had to throw it behind him.
He had to.
Yep, the guy was ahead of him. Defensive back was ahead of him.
Smart coverage by that defensive back. Third and goal at the 11. Ashby wants the corner. That's Henney. Or rather, that's Graham. Was broken up, but pass interference. Yeah, it just was all over him. That was De'Air Clayton. Half the distance to the goal, still third down. And Coach Brian Baum in his 5th year at North Canton Hoover. Again, looking for his first win in Week 9. Takes a timeout. He's never won a Week 9 game before, and they've always been against very tough opponents. We'll get to that in a moment here. But tomorrow, Ohio State has a big one. They play Wisconsin at home, as the Badgers are coming off of a loss from last week to Illinois. You can listen to the game on 1480 WHBC, 10:30 in the morning, the pregame. Live from the shoe with Paul Keels and Jim Lachey on the call. Ohio State football all season long on 1480. So Brian Baum, in his 4 games that he's coached in Week 9, has coached against teams with a combined record over the 4 years of 37-11.
Not bad.
Those are good football teams that he's playing.
Right before your big rivalry game, the 10th game of the season.
Ashby looking sacked. And that's Jaheim Peak. His 7th sack of the year to lead St. V.
Kind of hit his head on the leg of his offensive lineman.
And Connor Ashby, I think, appears to be down here. Hoping this is nothing too serious. .440 left in the first half. Hoover obviously looking at a field goal attempt now.
They seem to be talking to him more than anything, don't they?
It would appear that way. I mean, he's moving his legs. I saw that he was kind of moving his head up and down a little bit. Well, I mean, they're going to do everything they can to keep this kid in the game. I mean, he's...
I'd have to say he's the key to success for them.
He's their everything. Get another look at that play, too, if we can. Maybe see what exactly happened with Connor Ashby on that play that caused him to be on the ground here. Not sure if Billy and the crew can cue that up. We'll get that here in a second from our image video crew.
Seemed like he hit his head against his off. Oh, they're getting him up here. I think he hit his head against one of his offensive linemen's leg and kind of snapped it forward when he was being tossed around there.
Definitely a little woozy.
There it is there. Right there.
Yeah. A little woozy there.
County ball is on to attempt the field goal.
About a 32-yard attempt here for Yanni Volas, who's 3 for 3 on the year on field goals. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good.
Chase Collins over the snap. Hoover with the hold.
Nice kick by Yanni Volas from 32 yards. And Hoover adds points, not in the form of a touchdown, but they close that margin with St. V. 4:24 in the first half. St. V to have the ball when we come back.
Welcome to Friends and Family Credit Union, where we believe every member is a friend of the family.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. We provide financial needs in the most reasonable and cost-effective way. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
Nice look at the student section there for North Canton. I don't know what tonight is. Costume night.
Costume.
So Halloween coming up. I have my Halloween party tomorrow.
Wouldn't that be better for next week?
It's after Halloween next week. I think they wanted to hit it before Halloween, before.
Oh, get double candy.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's right. That's
Nothing wrong with that philosophy.
Get it when you can.
That's right.
Volas to kick this deep. Bit of a squib kick. And going to go out of bounds. And we'll take a ride on the zero-emission SARTA bus down to the sideline now to check in with Noah Hiles, who has an update on starting quarterback for Hoover in Connor Ashby.
Guys, I just watched Connor Ashby head with the Hoover team doctor into the locker room. They left his helmet on the sideline. No word if he's going to come back in this one. It might be just a precautionary thing, but I would think it's safe to say we're not going to see him for the remainder of the first half.
It is head pretty hard. Leaves Bo Bircher to be the backup quarterback. Changes the game just a bit.
Now their defense has to stop them here. St. V's has what, all their time? No, they have 2 timeouts. Two timeouts.
No, Vikings have 2 timeouts. St. V has none. St. V has used them all up. Pretty quickly, might I add. I guess you can't take them with you, can you?
No, you can't take them with you, but it's nice to hold them for the end of the game. Like situations that they possibly could be in here. They could get a couple first downs.
Discussion with the referees here. The officials, I should say. This crew of Dan Kleckner, Mike Staggerwald, Vince Gardado, Dan Kozma, and Gary Witz.
Why is the ball in the 35 here? Just explain that.
I didn't quite catch what it was that he said.
He moved the ball back.
They said St. V touched it at the 25. Toss out. This is Nickerson, a different back now, and Josh Nickerson is pushed out of bounds. Second leading rusher on the team.
29, Robinson brings up a second down.
Just a toss sweep.
Second down and marked is 8. Only gained 2 on that. Limburger back in the game now.
Boy, nice run there.
George.
Whoa.
And George runs hard there. It's really nothing special that they do, Elmer.
No. I mean, they run up inside, they run toss sweeps, and throw the ball to number 7.
There's a play action. Pelfrey drops it. They also drop the football.
They drop him. Maybe that's why he only has a 50% completion.
Could be. But I think I'd just throw a Darian Lewis every chance that I had.
In the huddle, we're going to run this play, but where are you going to be at when I throw it?
Darian, it's coming to you. Just look for it. Darian's at the bottom of your screen. Ohaji Jackson top of your screen. And that's Limburger, and Limburger brought down in the backfield.
Too much penetration by the Hoover defense there. That play didn't have a
Luca
chance.
Di Stefano there on the tackle.
That play didn't have a chance.
Number 61 going to come into your screen here. Big Luca. 3rd and 10. And shotgun now.
Number 7's up on top.
And the timeout taken by Hoover with Coach Baum not liking what he's seen defensively. Coming up Sunday, the Cleveland Browns, they will go to Foxborough, take on the New England Patriots, who are undefeated. It's a pretty good football team last time I checked. They always kind of have been, but that will be coming up on Sunday. 2:30 pregame for the 4:25 kick. Jim Donovan, Doug Deacon, and Nathan Zagura on the call. 1480 is your Stark County home for Browns football.
They have a quarterback that's pretty decent. New England.
He's all right, you know. I wouldn't call him like a first ballot Hall of Famer.
If he matures into a...
Who are we kidding? He's the best player to ever play this. He's the best guy to ever play the game at that position.
He is something else, boy.
3rd and 10 for St. V now. Lindsey to throw with pressure coming. Lindsey gets away from one, but does not get away from Ben DeGuzman. DeGuzman with his 2nd sack of the year.
Why?
And now Dobson on to punt. This is his 40th or his 38th punt of the year.
Not bad.
And Torno fields it. Well, here's going to be a strange look. The Hoover offense minus their normal signal caller, Connor Ashby.
Tell you what, that was a big series for Hoover's defense.
It was.
That's a big series.
Now, if Hoover could add points here, that would be huge because then they get the ball to start.
The second half.
In the second half. And here's Bo Bircher, the backup quarterback. Bircher Jr. at 6'2" and a $195. Gives to Grigualo, and I think everyone knew the ball was going to Grigualo there. Seemed to key on number 14. No word on the status of Connor Ashby other than what Noah told us. Clock under 2 minutes.
Yeah, they want to leave it, keep going, don't they?
That's Drew Johnson. Johnson wrapped up. Well, I believe if you're Brian Baum, you've got to hope that Connor Ashby can be cleared to go in the second half.
He's saying, come on, clock.
At this point, yes.
Keep on
I think
running.
he's content with the fact that it's 14 to 10.
Yes, you have to be. What would you want? You wouldn't want to throw deep. You want to control the clock.
I think they're going to run the clock all the way down here and take a timeout. They do just that. 54 seconds left.
Third down. St. V's does not have a timeout. Run the ball. And you wouldn't even have to punt it, would you?
No, you would.
You would?
Since it's third down, you would.
Yeah.
As I said, you've got to hope that if you're Hoover, that Connor Ashby is going to be back out there.
I think he'll be out through second half.
Bircher taking over a quarterback. They're trying to keep everything very safe right now offensively. That's Drew Johnson in motion. Handoff goes to Grigualo. Grigualo, he's running hard and he's eventually pushed backwards, but he did gain a few yards. If you're Hoover here, just avoid a blocked kick if you're Hoover here.
They can run this down for 3 seconds.
Just about.
3 or 4 seconds, yeah. Take a penalty too.
Yeah, take the extra time. Take the penalty.
That's the thing to do.
Well, I mean, when you're missing your
best player,
if you would have had him, you could have tried to move the ball down the field.
Oh, it's a completely different ball game if he's in there.
Volus gonna just run back and fall on it, and that ends the first half.
Smart coaching.
So, one half in the books between St. V and Hoover here in North Canton. Hoover, and after a half of football, the Vikings trail the Fighting Irish by just 4. When we come back, we'll have your halftime stats, plus we will also have some analysis as we look at some of the key plays from the first half. Stay with us.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina barbecue your go-to spot before, during, and after all the games. No need to cook on Friday. Meet before the game at Old Carolina. Or grab a party pack and host the ultimate college or pro football party. Featuring award-winning ribs, tender pulled pork, and jumbo smoked wings. We have options for all your pigskin pig-outs. Get more info at oldcarolina.com. Old Carolina Barbecue Company. Meet before the game.
There was something curious going on. My husband started going for a short drive several times. He doesn't normally keep things from me, so I just had to see. It turns out he's been hanging with the guys at Sarshone Ford, prepping for tailgating season. Because of their relaxed, no-pressure sales process, he was able to take his time deciding on the exact new F-150 to buy. You'll enjoy the short drive home from Sarshone Ford. Get to know us at sarshoneford.com or stop in for your test drive. Just minutes from Akron, Alliance, Canton, and Kent.
Got a news tip? Email us at newstip@whbc.com. For everything WHBC, news, weather, and sports, personality blogs, and more, log on to WHBC.com.
And we return back in here at halftime to North Canton Hoover with St. Vincent St. Mary from Akron leading 14-10. And Elmer, we're going to take a look at some of the first half highlights from the scores that make that Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. Here's the first touchdown, Limburger. Nice stiff arm.
As we mentioned, he's just a hard runner.
He really
Tough.
is.
He's just a tough kid.
Next play here, Grigualo.
He's a good, hard, tough runner. You know.
And then, how about this catch?
This one-handed catch.
Darian Lewis. Right there.
Right. Cut that one arm.
Great catch. Then he gets the ball.
And this is just a very, very good run. Boy, knocked two guys out of the way.
Just a top-notch athlete.
Yeah. Yes,
he really is.
And like I said, he's only a junior.
And here's
Big
the sack by
Big
Drew
sack.
Logan. Nice play by a sophomore. Then here's the Volas field goal. He's got a nice leg, Elmer.
Oh, when we saw him, the first game of the season, we were impressed with his ability to kick the ball.
The galloping Greek, to say the least. Thanks for the baklava, the Volas family.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, John.
14-10 at the half. St. Vincent St. Mary leads Hoover. We'll have the stats when we come back.
For over a decade now, it's been my pleasure bringing comfort food all dressed up to Northern Ohio and the Melt family. And even with business booming, I'll never forget the community that I came from. And the Honda Pilot is perfect for delivering my gratitude. With all-wheel drive and enough room to help feed and support those in need. Giving back is better with a Honda.
Upgrade to a new Pilot for just $359 a month. Shop your local Honda dealer or NorthernOhioHondaDealers.com.
We got game. We are your Stark County home for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Browns, Indians, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com. Wake up with Canton's Morning News. Pam Cook reports all the news, traffic, and weather you need to get your day started. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com.
And we return back into Hoover's Memorial Stadium with the Vikings trailing by 4 at the half. And that Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard has some pretty even statistics when everything is said and done, Elmer. And here are a look at those halftime numbers. Go ahead, Elmer.
Okay, rushing yards for St. V's, 54. For Hoover, 40. Yards passing. This is a very interesting. 88 for St. V's, 89 for Hoover. First downs, 7 for St. Vincent's, and Hoover 10. And the big one is the one turnover by Hoover. Penalties, 1 for 15 for St. Vincent's, and 3 for 25 for Hoover. Very, very close statistically.
A couple of individuals from the first half. Connor Ashby is 8 for 11 for 90 yards. Obviously left the game hurt, and we're hoping that he will return, but we haven't received any note on that as of yet. Not looking good at the moment for him, though, according to Noah Hiles. Adam Grigualo, 18 carries for 55 yards and a score in the first half. Running back for St. V. Limburger, he has 10 carries, 43 yards, and a TD. And then Darian Lewis, the do-it-all-things athlete. 1 carry, 11 yards, and a touchdown, and 2 receptions for 88 yards.
He's a very, very good-looking athlete.
Oh, he's great. Been all over the field.
Tell you what, him and Ashbeard, we're seeing 2 great athletes, and they're both juniors.
They're
both juniors. And they'll be back.
And hopefully we get to see them both in the second half. We hope that Connor Ashby returns into this game. Halftime, though, the Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. St. V, 14, Hoover 10.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Life's all about delivery. Whether it's delivery of your favorite pizza, how you deliver a great punchline, like, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
Bo Drizzle.
Or how your credit union delivers excellent service every time. Well, yes, that's exactly what I mean. At CSC Federal Credit Union, we do deliver the same great banking as the other guys. And the icing on the cupcake is we're not some out-of-town bank. We're local and in the Stark County community.
Bank local at CSC.
The Roadman and JT team up for a lively take on sports. It's a whole new attitude. Afternoons from 3 till 7, weekdays on News Talk 1480 WHBC and online at WHBC.com. The score and more with the Altman Heart Center ticker. Go to WHBCSports.com and click on the Altman Heart ticker icon. WHBCSports.com. High school football lives here.
Well, and we return back in here at halftime to Memorial Stadium in North Canton. And at the half, of course, St. V leading North Canton Hoover on our Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. And Hoover may be without their best player for the second half. Connor Ashby went down late in the first half and has not returned to the field since then. And I know down on the sideline, Noah has an update on that. This will not be on camera for your viewing pleasure, but Noah, what did you see as you were down there?
Guys, as Hoover came out of the locker room, they were led by backup quarterback Bo Bircher. He was the first person out of the tunnel, immediately went to the sideline, grabbed some footballs, started throw and catch, warming up the throwing arm. No sign yet of Connor Ashby on the field at all, either in street clothes or in a uniform. Still don't see him. I don't think he's coming back in this one. But one thing I'd like to note, as he ran out, the entire student section was screaming in his support, saying, "We believe in you, Bo. We're going to rally around you, Bo. You got this, Bo." We're going to see if he can pull this off and bring the Vikings back to the playoffs since 2012.
It has been since 2012. Noah is, in fact, right about that. And, well, as I said, Coach Brian Baum has never won a Week 9 game, and it's because the 4 previous matchups in Week 9, he's played the likes of Bishop Hartley the last 2 years, who were, well, 9-3 last year and 11-2 the year before that. And then the year before that, he played Dublin Jerome, who was 10-2. And the year before that, he played Glen Oak, who was 7-4. Here's a fun number. The last time Hoover won in Week 9, you want to take a guess what year it was?
No, I have
2012, the last time they made the playoffs. That is the last time they won a Week 9 game. It shows how important these late season games are. And we're going to see
and they have a tough one next week.
Jackson's never easy. That's here back at the friendly confines of Memorial Stadium. See if the Vikings can put it together in this second half.
Who's in the front line of the...
Bo Bircher is in the front line of the return team here. Which is kind of surprising. I suppose you put your hands guys up front.
Yeah.
Maybe expecting an onside kick of sorts. Either that or they're trying to get him used to being on the field a lot more and taking control of things.
Or he's just on the normal kickoff return team and they're just keeping everything normal.
There's Drew Robinson. Robinson across his own 30. We're going to see if Bo Bircher can do it. Hoover has dealt with injuries all year. They lost Ryan Pruzanowski, their Mike linebacker earlier this year. They recently lost Zach Evans to an injury, who plays in the defensive secondary, and tonight they may have lost Connor Ashby for the remainder of this game. They'll obviously hope he'll be back next week. Johnson in motion. Flea flicker here. Throw, it's intercepted. Bircher's pass intended for Drew Johnson, and that was Darian Lewis, the defensive back, the safety.
Kid's a heck of a player. Yes,
Nominee for a rock-solid play of the game, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. They immediately try something that's a little tricky, and well, Darian Lewis read it perfectly.
Wow. Big, 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 big play.
So can Hoover make a play here? And
quite a collision over there on that one.
And Luke Lindsay ends up carrying the ball for a minimal gain. I keep looking out of the corner of my eye to that Hoover locker room over there, hoping to see number 2 come out like Willis Reed did for the New York Knicks back in the day.
It was quite a collision on that tackle.
Second down here, Darian Lewis in motion. That's Lindberger with the ball. Lindberger gonna be close to a first down near the 30.
First down.
It's amazing what the work of one guy can do to a team's morale, isn't it, Elmer?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, you even see that in professional sports.
You do.
When you see a key person go down, and it deflates people. This guy's been carrying you for all year, and
he's been your guy.
Yeah. He's your horse.
Lewis in motion. Joins Ohaji Jackson, bottom of your screen. Limburger.
Nice tackle there by 31.
That's J.R. Rupert, the linebacker, who gets in there on the tackle. Been playing Mike backer since Ryan Pruzanowski went down. Him and Mike Shimmick have kind of split time there, and he makes a nice play here.
Nice tackle.
We have a very exuberant Irish fan in front of us. Second down, Lindsay wants to throw, goes middle. What a catch by Bernie, the tight end. Dalen Burney. Just his 12th reception of the year, but it was a beauty. Inside the 20 now.
Boy, it helps when you're 6'4".
6'4" and 220. Limburger. You know, Coach Baum told us midweek, he said, as flags come flying in here, here's that catch by Bernie. A beauty.
I think this is a, see what this penalty's on. Who? Somebody. As they're going to be on both of them here.
Well, if it's offsetting, that obviously helps Hoover. If it's just on same V. Unsportsmanlike conduct against